Shawn came from way, Shawn came from way.
Well, I feel like the election finished. I feel like the election finished. And I already know that Team Unity is going to win this election. I also know that in constituency number 4 is say it again. Constituency 4, Grant for sure. Good evening to everyone. Tonight isn't about Shawn. Tonight is about Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant. Tonight is about a man who has performed in a constituency number 4. I don't have to come and tell you that Grant has performed in number 4, because you know that he has performed for all of you in constituency number 4. As we say in Sandy Point, no gimmicks, no gimmicks, next election. But I also want Lindsay Grant to share more licks in constituency number 4. Over the last 5 years, I have had the pleasure of working with Lindsay as part of the Team Unity administration. Lindsay is always in cabinet advocating on behalf of the people for constituency number 4. Always. Whether it is the development of sporting facilities in number 4, Lindsay is there advocating on your behalf. Whether it is housing in the constituency, Lindsay is there advocating for you. Roads, Lindsay is there. You want your household fixed? Lindsay is there. And some of you shaking your flag, because I'm certain that you have benefited from that. Teacher, you have? You get a house. You get a house too. And you know what I like about the fact that you got a house? Where you used to live before? In the community center. Under Labour, you were forced to live in the community center, and Lindsay took you out of the community center. For 3 years, 3 years, you lived in the community center. And I am certain that they made you promise after promise. They tell her, don't come out. Don't come out the community center. As if you're in charge of the community center. But Lindsay decided, you ain't the caretaker for the community center. You deserve your own house. And you got your own house in constituency number 4. Just as he has taken care of you, he has taken care of many other persons in constituency number 4. That is why you must continue to vote for Lindsay Grant in constituency number 4. Lindsay has not only advocated on behalf of those in constituency number 4, but he has been a part of this Team Unity government, which continues to look after all of the people, regardless of which constituency they are from. This is a government that came to you with a plan to move this country forward. This is a government that said to you, the people of constituency number 4, that I have heard the cries of the fathers, the mothers, the brothers, the sisters, the family members and friends mourning and burying the death of loved ones. We said to you that no longer must the high crime continue in this country. We said to you that we have a plan to bring crime downward in this country. And tonight I ask you, did Team Unity deliver on that promise? We delivered on that promise. As I look throughout, I know there are those of you who had difficulties in making ends meet in this country. Many of you, day after day, you wondered how you're going to pay your bills. You wondered how you're going to feed your children. You wondered where the next meal was going to come from. Team Unity made you a solemn promise that upon taking office, we will provide $500 a month for every household making less than $3,000 per month. We did not just make an empty promise. We made a promise that we delivered on. A promise that many households in this country have been able to benefit from. We recognize that in order for families to move forward in this country, that each individual must be given an opportunity to have the necessary resources to move forward. We recognize that some of you work hard in this country, but because of circumstances, you were not able to make ends meet. We could have said to you, like the former administration, that instead of giving you a helping hand, we are going to increase the VAT on you. We could have said to you that we don't care. We could have said to you that because of the political party that you support, we will discriminate and victimize you. But when we came to you, we said, fair share for all. And we delivered on our promise. We brought into being $500 a month for every household making less than $3,000 a month. I know that there are many of you who have benefited from that promise kept by Team Unity. And if you have benefited from it, just wave your flag. You have benefited. And so you can survive much better in this country. Your children are assured of a better future because of Team Unity. Promise made, promise delivered. As I said to you, we could have said we are going to remove VAT from food, educational expenses, funeral expenses, and medication. But we didn't stop there. We still offered that assistance. When you go to the supermarket, because of Team Unity, you're able to save more money. When you buy books so that your children can attend school comfortably and make a contribution eventually to the development of this country, it is because we had you and your children in mind. I remember one day I attended a funeral. And at the end of the funeral, the lady who was burying the deceased, she called me aside and said she needs to have a word with me. To be honest, I was frightened. And you know why I was frightened? You're reading my mind. You're reading my mind, Allison, you're smart. Man, move to the front, come to the top of the class. Allison smart. I frightened because I expect the woman to tell me, well, the bill to bury the man is so many thousands of dollars. And she looking for my help. That is not, however, what she said. She said, I want to thank you. I want to thank Team Unity. And I think the woman thanking me for attending the funeral. But she wasn't thanking me for that. She said, because of Team Unity, I have been able to save money on burying my loved one because of the removal of VAT from funeral expenses. That is a caring government. A government working on your behalf. A government working on behalf of everyone. Imagine at your time of loss, you still have to be saddled with such expenses. We said no. That must come to an end. That must come to an end. And indeed, Team Unity made sure that it came to an end. This afternoon, I went to Connery to help to canvass on behalf of the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. And as I walked to Connery, I came in contact with a lady. Interestingly, she is registered in Sandy Point. She said, I'm telling you this. You don't worry about my support this election. I am coming to Sandy Point to vote for you. She said, all the years I worked in the sugar industry, and when that industry closed, she got nothing. She said it was Team Unity who ensured that she received her fair share when Team Unity came into government. I don't know if she attends the Catholic Church, but she did like this. And she made the cross. And she said, I give you my word that Team Unity will benefit from my support because of that simple act of ensuring that I was properly compensated. Those are not my stories. Those are the stories of ordinary people in this country who have benefited from the policies of a caring Team Unity administration. Persons giving personal testimony as to how Team Unity has been able to change their lives for the better. That is why we said to you, stronger, safer future with Team Unity. A government which has come forward with a clear plan. A plan as to how we intend to make life better for every one of you here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Lindsay has been a part of this government. He has helped to shape those policies. He has given of his wisdom. He has given guidance. He has given of his experience. Lindsay could have opted to remain as a successful businessman in this country. But he opted to come and serve you, the people of this country. Lindsay and I entered politics at the same time. When I had to give up my U.S. citizenship, Lindsay had to give up his. He could have said he has 2 young children and he would want those children to benefit from having U.S. citizenship. But instead, he made the sacrifice, not only on behalf of his children, but on his own behalf, to serve you, the people, in particular of constituency number 4. And you must applaud him for a job well done. Unlike the other person running down there, Lindsay has run successful businesses in this country. Successful businesses in this country. You never went by Lindsay and you're wondering if he's home or not home because you're gone in the night and the house dark because he can't afford to pay his electricity bill. You never wondered about that. You never went by his law firm and wondered if anybody walking in the law firm. Because when you walk in the law firm, in there empty, you could keep a dance inside there. The only thing is, I ain't sure if you're going to plug up anything to hear the music from the dance because the light cut off inside there. But certainly, he ran many successful businesses in this country. That is why he has been able to successfully transform the lives of you, the people of constituency number 4. You have a clear choice in constituency number 4. You have a man who by his own actions has indicated that he cares about you, the people of constituency number 4. He has stood by you. He has brought projects to constituency number 4 that you know about and I don't have to speak to. I am certain that if I ask each of you to stand up and give a personal testimony as to how... Alison, you really want to move to the front of the class. You want to give a testimony, Alison? What is your testimony, Alison? Election is when? Election is the 5th of who? Who said that? The dead? Say election is the 5th of May? Well, remember the final injunction, you know, so maybe thinking the 5th of May next year. It can't be the 5th of May last month, you mean? Eh? And that is why you're going to leave him where he be. Since election on the 5th of May, and you have a representative living in the past, tell him to go back in the dark house and continue to live in the past. Alison waiting on the testimony. Say it again. Man, Alice won many things tonight. Alice was intelligent, she moving to the front of the class. But Alice was not only intelligent and moving to the front of the class, Alice was leading the cheerleaders. Give Alice a round of applause. I like the energy tonight. I like the enthusiasm. But the energy and the enthusiasm cannot get Lindsay elected by themselves. You have to take it on the road. You have to knock on the doors. And you have to tell persons how they have benefited in constituency number 4. You have to educate others. You have seen it. And sometimes you're able to tell persons about it in a way that will influence them and will make them recognize the difference that Lindsay has made in number 4. You must preach about the policies of the Team Unity administration. You must speak about the decrease in crime. You must speak about the PAP program. You must speak about the excellent stimulus package initiated by this government. I am sure many of you have been affected by COVID-19. But unlike so many other countries, you have not been ignored by your government. You get in your teacher, you get in your full pay. Praise the Lord. We have church in here tonight. Amen, sister. Preach it, sister. Getting your full pay. And some of you have claimed from Social Security. You don't get yours? Twice? You don't get twice? You don't get twice too? What are that's a Social Security now pay people? Huh? Come like you from St. Paul's, the lights a tail, she said. Enjoying this meeting, but I can't talk all night. because we still have your representative to come and to speak to you and the clap. They sound like me tie him up. No? Go ahead, talk. Want me talk all night? Talk the things them. But your government is a government that has performed. When other countries saying to workers, I can only give you $75 a week, Team Unity has said, I can give you up to $1,000 a month. When other countries have not been able to respond, because if you go nearby to Antigua, to date, not one single stimulus package has been put in place in Antigua. We have been able to do that because we have managed this country well. We have paid 4 double salaries, but yet still had money to respond to COVID-19. We paid back the IMF, but still had money left to respond to COVID-19. We bought back lands which was swapped for debt by the former administration, but we still have money to respond to COVID-19. We have been able to do a number of projects in this country which were not budgeted for, but still had money to respond to COVID-19. This is a government that has ensured that your finances have been properly spent and accounted for in this country. That is what we have done for you. That is why today, when others are crying, that is why today, when others are feeling the pain and feeling the squeeze, you don't hear the same thing here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Your Team Unity government has performed above and beyond many of your expectations. We are ready to continue to move this country forward. You need a government that by its own actions has indicated that in times of crisis, it knows how to respond. A government that when you had hurricanes in this country, fixed your roof. A government that when other countries were affected by hurricanes, it said to students from other countries, come and we will take your children into our schools and educate those children. A government which has demonstrated that it not only cares about the people of this country, but it cares about all of the people. Tonight, I say to you that you are the converted ones in constituency number 4. But there are many others that you need to convert. I am not going into parliament by myself. I want my neighbor, Lindsey Grant, to be in parliament with me. Our chairperson, the next representative for constituency number 3, she said that she expects Ambassador Jonel Powell to be coming to meet her after she would have been declared as the winner of constituency number 3. And so, as Jonel meets up with Akila, I expect Akila to then move down in constituency number 4 and meet up with Lindsey Grant. From there, the victory train moves to constituency number 5, where it is no gimmicks, no tricks. Election 2020, Shawn sharing real licks. Mr. DJ, I tell you, have it lined up for tonight. You fail me again tonight. You come like I'm going to be my own DJ next time.
Nobody fool me. Nobody fool me. Nobody fool me.
A DJ that then I'm a song.
John, we love you. And I
Thank you, Mr. DJ. He trying. He gonna get there. At your stiff? I saving the dance for the victory. Come dance with me. You see, you're afraid now. And then from number 5, we are moving to where we are going to try something else. From number 6, where do we move to? From number 6, where do we move to? And what's going to happen in number 7? Who again in number 7? Who again in number 7? Young point this time, boy. Give him a clap. And then when we leave number 7, we go into constituency number 8, where there's a impact. What that? Another one. Impression. I thought it was impact. All right, impact over. Impact over. Impact over. And then when we reach back to Bastille, we're going to East Bastille. You know me? You know me? You know me? And you know why I come back to Bastille? I come back to Bastille because it is from in Bastille. We are going to take all of the ferries and go over and join those in Nevis in constituency number 9, the Honorable Mark Brantley, in Nevis 10, Eric Evelyn, and in Nevis 11, Alexis Jeffers. Good evening. God bless you.